Hi, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Whispers Within. My name is Raf Masiga. Of course, this week we are going to be yapping about something that is really interesting because I feel like everyone is going to resonate with this. And yes, I know you're wondering what you're going to be talking about, but from the title, as you can tell, we are talking about aging. Yani, growing old. Anyway, yeah, but before that, let me just give a small breather before you get to the main episode for the day. So the breather is me actually plugging you with some amazing podcast episode of a certain podcast that I love so much, and that is 30-minute podcast with EK. So the latest episode, is it the latest by the time you're listening to this? Okay, I don't know, but he talked about moving out and the struggles in between. And let me tell you, Maina, it happens that the same week he was moving into his new place, I was also planning to, that week, but on the weekend, I was planning to move in to my new place. And the struggle is real. The struggle is definitely, it's so real. So let me tell you, as I record this, I can't actually lift a heavy thing. And I feel so bad saying that because you guys, I know some of you be like, how weak is Raf? I know I'm not weak. I can tell myself. I have never been an exercise kind of person, So, please, all the health and CG lifestyle police, keep off my comment section. I know it's so unhealthy, but I have never been an exercise kind of person. But now I am looking forward to exercising because this has happened to me severally. Like it has happened to me when I'm moving out to some new place, and it requires you carrying so heavy stuff like the bed, chair, just name them. So as I was helping my parents to move things from the car to the first floor of this. Imagine first floor of this building where I'm in. Karibu tu nikose hata kulala that night because my hands were literally aching, and not actually my hand, like hands, the biceps, the muscles, and the part between the wrist and the elbow, that part. Yeah. So like, I don't know what that part is called, if at all it has a name. I think it's a wrist. No, like, okay, like wrist inakwanga from which part to which part of the arm? I don't know. So yeah, I have been struggling the whole week. This is on a Monday when I'm recording this. I went to job feeling so, like my arms are so tired. Like they just don't want to do something that is, heavy. And mind you, in the office, I can be told, today there's so much field work and you have to go for field work, and I can't just say no because I was moving out over the weekend and my hands are, super tired. My muscles can't just stretch. They're straining, So yeah, I mean, the struggle is real. And one thing I want to yap about moving out and about house hunting in Nairobi. Yes, Nairobi. I don't know about other places. Maybe Nairobi and Kiambu. By Nairobi and Kiambu, I mean Nairobi County, Kiambu County. I feel like caretakers, we should be more real with, the kind of info we're giving out to people looking for, houses to move into. Yeah, because, for instance, when I was looking for, when I was looking for a place to move into, that was how many months ago? Like a year. I don't know. But I remember sometimes back when I was staying in Resambu and my brother Ike was coming to help me house hunt, and we had the realest struggle. I think that time when we were house hunting in Resambu with Ike, that was the realest struggle I have gone through when it comes to house hunting. So, you just meet like somebody, like a caretaker who'd be like, or even a landlord who'd be like, hey, nyumba yangu iko na this, iko na that, so many things that they say that the house is actually, inclusive of the rent and whatever. But let me tell you, when you get to the house, the realest shock comes on you, falling on you, raining on you, just like I have been rained on today. Wacha nikwambie, msinikumbushe story ya leo. Anyway, so, that was the first, that kila kitu niliambiwa ilikuwanga sawa. But where I am right now, I can actually yap and actually, I don't know. I just feel like, kidogo the caretaker chezaed me, in one way or another. And I'm actually saying, when I'm recording this, the weekend of this week, I am planning to actually face him and be like, you know what, manze, erungeniambi ukweli. You know what I love actually when I'm house hunting? I love it when the caretaker comes straight forward and be like, you know, hii nyumba iko na this and this and that, but it doesn't accommodate this and this and that, you know. So at least if I feel like, okay, the terms and conditions are much okay with me, or even I'd be like, okay, so this, at least I can reciprocate it to this because this is available, and I'd be like, I'm comfortable moving in. But imagine kidogo, you just come and promise me, you overpromise me something that you know very well it can't be delivered in your apartment. But then later, when I move in the house, that is when the shock rains on me. Anyway, let us get into the realest topic for this week. That is aging. So my birthday was on the 26th of October. Yeah. So I was actually to record this. I remember I promised you an episode the following Monday but one, which unfortunately I wasn't able to do it because of 1, 2, 3. Let me tell you, house hunting plus job. But finally, at least you're listening to a new episode from Whispers-within. Yeah. So, what was I saying about aging? So yeah, I was celebrating my birthday and I felt like this is the right time to be bringing this particular episode. Like it just comes immediately, not like immediately, but shortly after my birthday. So, I was thinking about it and I actually thought of how people hate mentioning their true age. Yeah. Somebody out there on social media will be like, happy birthday to me, or even we go for sherehe. We've seen this happen so many times. We go to celebrate somebody's birthday and then tunamwimbia, how old are you now? But this person is like 10, 16. I remember, I think my last birthday or even my last birthday but one, either of the two, I remember when my stupid friends were singing for me the happy birthday song, and it gets to a point where I should be mentioning my age, and I just said 16. And that was not the first time. I remember also sometimes back, one of my birthdays, maybe like the previous one also, or the previous one but one, if there's something like that, when Ike was asking me my age and I was like, 16, 16, I'm 16 years old. Na hiyo time nimegonga gifao, nimegonga 20, na nikapita. Anyway, aki. Kwanza I'm actually feeling it nikisema nimegonga 20 na nikapita. I mean, I'm this kind of person. Personally, I usually feel like I'm afraid of getting old. And that is what I want us to talk about in this particular episode. Why do we feel so afraid of getting old? You know, because that is one thing that makes people to hate aging. I feel like there are, what can I call them? Privileges that we believe they come with the young age, and they tend to disappear when we get to that old age. So, I hope you're going to hear me clearly, because honestly, when I'm actually recording this, I'm recording this immediately after waking up. It was rainy, and I was like, siwezi toka nje. Let me just do this from the comfort of my house, you know, because ayo mvua imeanguka na imekuwa mvua kubwa. So yeah, why? Mbona hatutaki kuzeeka? Why do we hate aging? And let me tell you, we might take it as a very funny thing, but me, after thinking about it severally, it's not that funny. It's not that trendy, if I can call it. And actually, talking of trendy, that is one of the things that are making us hate aging. How trendy. We always want to remain trendy. And it now has gotten to a point where even age is a trendy thing. So like people just want to remain young. Nobody wants to say, yeah, by the nimezeeka. Hakuna mtu anataka kuambiwa hivyo. You know, people hate being told that they are old. I have seen, when I'm recording this, I think sometimes, yesterday when I'm recording this, so I don't know by the time nasikizita kwa how many weeks back, there was this content creator who, no, actually it was Dr. Fwinike. I've remembered that episode. It was that episode that really caught our attention, of Dr. Fwinike hosting Jackie Matubia. And when Jackie Matubia was talking of how they met, the first time they met with Dr. Fwinike, and she was saying how it was, I think it was sometimes 2008 when Dr. Funeke had visited their school. So I remember Dr. Funeke reacting to that and being like, why does everybody try to make me look that old? Like, come on, unasema 2008 I came to your school. And yeah, I mean, you might take it as a joke, but people do hate aging, and we've made this thing very, what can I say? We've actually actualized the hate that comes with aging. We've actualized it. Because when you look at our celebrities, pia kidogo, when it's their birthday, I remember back in 2022 when that year most of the celebrities walikuwa na celebrate their birthday, walikuwa zile za, how old are you? 16. I'm 16 years old. And I think it started with Alma Mutheu, if I'm not wrong. So Alma is the one who was asked about her age, how old she's turning, and she was like 16. And at that time, I remember the blog, Nairobi Gossip, posting happy 16th birthday to Alma Mutheu. And I remember the internet was just like, wow, what do you mean? What do you mean 16? So yeah, ilifika to a point when I'm also celebrating my birthday, that same year. If anybody asked me, Unatan, how old? I was like, I'm turning sweet 16. It's sweet 16 for me. And I mean, ever since, mimi sijaisema my actual age. Thank God I don't think I have been to hospital. Thank God again. So sijajipata in those situations where I'm actually, my age is required, And do you know, funny thing, hata nikienda hosi, and then somebody asks, like the doctor asks me, how old are you? Neither kama tuko na mtu hapo nimwangalie nimuulize bethi niko na miaka ngapi, or if it's not that, I start counting. It is serious as that. I don't know why I have never managed to keep track of my age. By the way, sai naeza kwambia how old I am because my birthday was just last month, and I feel like tumemaliza how many weeks? 2-3 weeks. So I mean, hizo si mingi. But now, meet me in January or February. Ask me, Raf, how old are you? Nitaanza kukukauntia hapo for me to tell you actually how old I am. I don't know. Sijui mbona. Anyway, the reason as to why we hate aging, according to my research, the second one was hatuja achieve so much in life, which is so true. I mean, I'm just 20-something years old. And you remember when you were back in primary, when you were writing that schedule, that plan of your life, you were always planning to finish school by 20. How many years? 20? I can't actually. 20, maybe like 22, 23. And then 25, you are to have your job by 25. And then by 27, you have your house. And by 20, I don't know, after house, there was, I don't know, was it 1 year then you get a baby? Or was it after a house, you just like get a baby immediately and then after a year or 2, you get your firstborn? Let me tell you, I had that plan too. And either a baby or a firstborn alikuwa anaangukia 2030. Trust me. I was like 2030, I think it was, I don't know. Kama ikwanga 2030 nikwe into marriage. It was to have a firstborn by 2030. Kumbavu zangu, it was that crazy. But anyway, how many of us have achieved their target, their plan that they wrote those days back in primary? How many people? Inweni mikono, simameni, in fact, stand up. Let me see you, and it's quite, what can I say? It's quite something that can actually shock you. It's actually a shocking thing because, I mean, yoni kitu tukiandika, we expected life to bring it directly to us without any struggle. But look at us. After Form 4, ndo yo unaanza kustruggle as a comrade for 4 good years in campus. Actually, others go to past 4 years. You come out here, you are to get your job by the time you're 25 years old. And I'm telling you, utakujapo utazunguka, utapata na there's something called a brown envelope that deserves its respect. Hiyo ni kitu nazungukanga nayo everywhere, push and pull the doors you don't know actually you're pushing or even pulling. You just don't know. You're just seeing a glass door that is closed but kuna watu ndani. Are you going to push or pull? And you try both. Yani, you know nothing. You know nothing about job hunting, you know. And when you try and through those emails to those HRs, they don't even send you a regret email. I remember we were once talking about this on Campus Online podcast, and we were talking of how bad HRs are. And I hope my HR is not listening to this, because I mean, we should get to a point where if I send in that email, kindly throw me back a regret email or even an email offering me that job, you know, because I just want to know. And if it's a regret email, just highlight the many things or the few things that have made me not qualify for this, you know. But the moment umejiwekea my email, I actually don't know whether sasa job na kuja masikuji. I don't know whether to send that email again. Look, I don't know kama imekufikia, sijui. You know, there's so many things that happen out here. Iyo kitu, by the way, that email will make you get to your 26th year, 27 without even a job. You know, can we also talk of how you get to a point, let's say now you're 27, umeona vizuri, the plan of 25 is not working. So you'll be like, let me start my own job somewhere, my own business somewhere. Can we talk of how hard it is to get that job, to get that business, the capital to start the business, the capital to run the business? It's never a walk in the park. Wow, it's never a walk in the park. You know? Yeah, so those are the things that are making us actually fear aging. Jusasa, okay, honestly, I'm in my 30s. No job, no house, maybe BB or even maybe not. You know, I mean, so where am I going with my age? Naezeka nikienda wapi? That should be actually the question. And I feel like that is what most people ask themselves before, you know, like they get there. They be like, okay, nisawa, I'm not getting to my 30s. And that is why you see actually young people get into, you know, depression. Do you know actually age can make us, and especially us in this generation, just feel depressed and be sad generally in life? Because I'm like, I mean, I'm getting old, but look at me. I have nothing. Nothing. The plan that I wrote 20 years back, or was it even 10 years back, or was it 15 years back, I have achieved 0 out of it. In fact, inakuanga like almost a 0, you know, because stories za bibi nayo, stories za kumaliza shule by 25 years uko job. Oof, not in this Kenya. Unless ka unaenda majuu. By the way, if now your plan is, if in your plan ulikuwa umeandika story ya kwenda majuu na ingiane, your plan can actually go through, can sail through. Another thing is, let me say, this was a very stupid thing that when I asked my friends, this is the answer they gave me. When I asked my friends that, are you always afraid of aging? And they're like, yes. And why? And so them telling me their why, I was just laughing all along. You can't actually imagine what they told me. But my point, let me just put it as relationship wise, you know? Okay. So my friend, this was my friend's analogy. He was telling me that, Raf, unaonanga historia wa baba na madem kuchomewa juu ya wa baba sijui nini. And I'm like, yeah, I do see all that. And he's like, so you want me to get old to a point where now I'm the mbaba being talked about. And at that time alikuanga na a video of a certain content creator who was chomearing the babes with wababas and saying penye, achana na sura, achana na story ati mademu na kwanga na nguvu kama naeza vumilia this sura the whole night and wake up and be like, this is a face you're waking up to in the morning, you know? And he was like, now leave that alone. Can we talk of how I am in my 50s, in my 60s, I still want to enjoy this thing. I've gone out there to look for a hot babe who can come and actually warm my bed. But then the only thing I can do is just lie down and tell the team, you are the dereva, you are the makanga, do your thing, you know, like I'm the dominant one. Is it dominant or I'm the, what can I say? Like me, I'm just there. Me, I was just delivering me as a package. And then the dame is like, sasa wewe kama ni mastingo, you're the one who is going to make me enjoy and nothing else. So I've actually talked of mastingo. That was the point. So this guy is telling me, no, Raf, I can't be growing old before I have actually felt like, yeah, I've gotten enough when it comes to sekete. I have done all the mastingo deadly. Nimezifanya, nimezimaliza. I'm like, yeah, hii kitu imeanza kunibo, and come to think of it, because actually alikuanga na point. I mean, who doesn't want that? Because if you don't, me, I do. I felt like he was making so much sense. And funny thing is, a week after that, Mungai Eve comes with her new podcast, and she's here talking of how she's ever into a relationship, hataki break up, huku anajuanga where next she's going, ama anakuanga already into another one. And the explanation was because she loves sex. I mean, sex. And courage nye mko nayo huku nje. First Kenyans, by the way, I do salute you. So, Ju, how can you come just to say that? You know very well you're a public figure, and the moment you say something controversial, you are trending on the blogs. Siku mzima naona tutengenezea siku. And I was actually seeing it and I'm like, kai kasichana uogopi. Kasichana uogopi vitu unasema, but I came to realize, I mean, it's her space, it's her thought, it's her body. And I love how she was talking of how she just wants to utilize her youthful age, her body right now, that it looks gorgeous and amazing and curvaceous. And she was talking of how when people grow old, their body changes to something else, which I totally agree, So she was actually saying, right now, when I can see that I have a nice body, let me use it. Your time is coming, kwenye watu hawatakuwa naangalia hii mwili, it will be something else. And I mean, ain't that a viable reason as to why we, this generation, sana sana tunaogopa kuzeeka? Can I give my personal experience with kuogopa kuzeeka? When I was young, I always thought, when I hear of death somewhere, something that came to my mind is the person who has died is definitely an old person. I mean, there ain't no way a young person is going to die, and this person probably must have been sick. What kind of sickness, Raf? Definitely a small sickness, but imemua cause she's old. So I had this belief of when you grow old, your immune system weakens, like it can never work strongly like that of a young person. You understand? So I have always been like, oh, I just don't want to grow old. I just want to be young forever. Because I mean, who is ready to fight all those things like unapata tu na kanimonia tu hivi, kana kupeleka mbio, you're that old person, inabidi unakuwa admitted in the hospital for almost a month because you're an old person. If it was, let's say, like a young person, maybe being admitted for only 1 week, or even going to the hospital and out the same day. Look at how old people, in case of an accident and breaks any bone in their body, do you know how long it takes for that bone to actually recover? Do you know? Watoto wapikie supu ya sijui ya camel. Still, that bone is going to take its time. It's going to take its time to heal. But look at that kajenzi mahali. Look at that young person somewhere. I don't know how many days or months or weeks a bone takes to, kushikana back hadi the plaster inatolewa. I don't know how many days, but trust me, for young people, it's such a very quick process when you compare it to an old person. So I was actually thinking about it, and actually I've seen people who have broken their legs when they are old, like old. And one of the things that I do notice is like the walking style changes. So you can imagine, like, there's a whole lot of struggle that comes with sickness and old age. But unfortunately, nowadays, when we tune into news on our TVs, on our radios, on social media, on the blogs, everywhere, what we are seeing is premature deaths. Something that is very painful. Let me tell you, there's nothing that really pains me than seeing premature deaths. Like sijui flani, a certain baby, a certain student, a certain... I mean, those kind of deaths, they're so painful. And it's now coming to redefine this whole thing about aging and death to us. It's trying to show us, Jackie, bro, death is not only for the old. death is for anybody. You know, the young, the old. Oh my goodness, let's not talk about that because let's not talk about that. So yeah, I feel like, why did I bring this particular topic? I feel like we should start appreciating growing old, you know? Because I remember also back in 2023, yeah, actually it was last year, when I was posting on my birthday, actually, when I posted my Instagram post celebrating my birthday. Later, at the end of that week, I was forced to post a reel with the song Young Forever. Do you know? Yes, I was forced. And nobody forced me. No. The urge of Raf by the way unazeeka is what forced me to post myself with that song. This is something that I have never told anybody. Najua. Most of my friends are listening to this and they're like, well, okay, wow. So when did this thing unlock and why have you never shared it to us? I mean, I was trying to convince myself that, hey, Raf, you ain't growing old. I remember when I was turning 20, I was very happy for that new milestone. I mean, second floor. You know, I'm 20 years old. I can actually talk and brag about it. Like I'm not young again. I'm 20, you know, but when I started turning 21, hapo ndio nilikuja nikaona yenyewe nazeeka. And I was like, nazeeka nikienda where am I going? I still feel like I still want to be young, because one of the reasons as to why is because I want to do all the things that I feel a young person should do. If it's like fashion, I just admire fashion that is trendy and that is being worn by these young people. And when I try to look at how old people dresses, I just be like, God, I wish miaka zetu tusikuwe tuna dress hivi, because that dress code is crazy. Dress code za wazai wa squeeze, not wa squeeze, as in, yeah, wazai wale wako. I don't know what I'm saying, but trust me, their dress code is something that I wouldn't want myself to be involved in. I just hope at that time. Let me not talk of wazai tukivaa nini, zinaitwa nini? Sijui. Let me not talk about that. Mnaweza kuja kunibash kwa comment section or somewhere else on social media. Staki hiyo. But that is one of the things that actually makes me feel like Z. Other things is the many activities that a youth or even a young person can do. You know, like taking, I don't know, hanging out with friends, going to clubs, such kind of fun moments. Did I say going to clubs is a fun moment? No, it's never fun again. You just know any other fun activity that you do as a youthful person that you can't do that time ukizeeka. And then plus the fact that you're going to lose people, you know, that is also something that kidogo mimi sitaki kuzeeka, because I mean, the moment, let me tell you, you might be talking with somebody sahihi, mnaongea na yeye, mko so much close, you guys are friends, but come how many years? I don't know. Like you guys are going to lose yourselves. The moment like, okay, huyu amekuwa married, the other one has been married, huyu mwingine, like everyone now is in a serious relationship. Let me actually call it family. So are you going to have time for your friend or time for your family? You understand what I'm trying to mean? So in 1, 2, 3 thing, you're going to lose yourself because you're there for your family, standing in for your people until you lose that friend, that friendship. Na sit inapoteanga in a bad way. Imagine, no, it's just that you meet yourself prioritizing things, just like an old person. You have to prioritize things. Anyway, that is what I hate. I mean, when I look at my crazy friends right now, there are people I wouldn't want to lose. Even 20 years to come, 30 years to come. There are people I just want to be meeting and being like, do you remember when you were 20s and we used to go to where we used to do this and this? That is it. Also, mimi sitaki nifikati that old age and all I can do is, if I become sick, is somebody just coming to watch over me because I can't do anything at my old age. Na nikaugonjwa tu kidogo, imenisumbua, imenizungusha mwezi mzima. You understand? Can we also talk about the looks? Venye ngozi inakuja ina nini? Inaanza kujifold. I mean, The wrinkles on our faces that time when we are old, or even how I see the wrinkles on old people's faces. And I'm like, what? Actually, these are the things that are making people go for plastic surgeries. I personally cannot consider to go for a plastic surgery just because of that. But I remember a certain, can I now call her socialite, Kenyan socialite, who went for a plastic surgery to remove the wrinkles on her face. Na hakuanga na any wrinkles on her face. I don't know what wrinkles she was actually seeing. And a month later, like I remember that time she did quite some several procedures because it was back to back. Healing this one and going back again to some country. Was it Turkey? I'm actually giving you a lot of hints of who this celebrity is. And when she came back again, mara sijui ati nyama zake zimekuwa tightened. That is what she was saying. And she was talking of how growing old, your meat tends to sag. And mostly as a lady. And she was talking of zake alikuwa na feel like ni kama zimeanza. But imagine, she was very fine even when she was going for the surgery. But you know that urge, that feeling that is deep in her, that cheki, nyama zako zimeanza kuanguka. I mean, she's like, now this is old age calling and I just don't want this. Let me just stay young. And she was like, my doctor in Turkey, this is what I want. Nyama zake zikakuwa tightened, so no sagging meats. Sorry for calling it that way. I just don't know how to describe it. But I feel like that is a very polite way to describe it, So yeah, I mean, can you consider going for plastic surgery? Ili ukatane na old age. I have seen very many crazy people, even old women. Let me not give a story of that lady when I last met her at Buruburu Catholic Church. And she... let's not talk about that. Manzeyo shosho alinebo, and not only me, I could see the reaction from the church members. They were like, yo, huyu ni shosho nani, ficheni huyu. Kama huyu ni mamako, kama huyu ni shosho yako, kuja mfiche, because the kind of dress code she was rocking. Midhumo. Do you people know what is midhumo? The legs ziko nje, and you could actually see hizi miguu za mtu mzetu. The hands, the dress was a sleeveless. So when she was lifting her phone to record, because she was recording a presentation by the Catholic Men Association, who had gone for music festivals and won a trophy. So like they were requested to present before the church so that at least people can see, you guys deserved this. And she was there raising her hands recording, and the hands, the meats were just like falling, manyama zina. And I'm like, huyu alikuwa amevaa hivi kuja church? Like literally she was very explosive. Like her body was, you could actually, it was so disturbing. And I'm telling you, it was a shosho. It's not a young person, a shosho. Now trust me, huyu shosho pia yeye hataki kuzeeka. She's trying to fight old age by trying to dress like a young person. Anyway guys, what I'm trying to say is, I feel like when we start appreciating our age, when we start appreciating the fact that we are aging, when we start appreciating the fact that yes, I'll get to that 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years plus, the better for you. The better for you, the better for your mental health. I don't know why the better for your mental health, but I feel like the better for you. Jue, hapana tunajitesa sana in the name of trying to stay young forever. Anyway, thank you for joining me on Whispers Within. If this episode resonated with you, feel free to share it with someone who might need to hear it. Na hata kama ja resonate na wewe, ebu try and share this episode so that at least we can see how many people are going to resonate, or if your friend is going to resonate to this. And remember, growing up doesn't mean giving up on who you are. It just means adding new layers to the story of you. Until next time, stay true to yourself, and may we all grow a little wiser, a little kinder with each year passing by. My name is Rock Masiga. See you next episode.